Hey, welcome to the Let's Do This Together podcast. I'm Jackie.
I'm Brandon.
And we want to walk with God and with you through life, family, and marriage.
So that's why this podcast is called. Listen, we're just going to keep it rolling. I am not good at formal. And I'm trying so hard to be formal.
I'm trying to tell you you're good at informal. But you are good at informal. You are good at informal. You're good at informal.
I'm working on formal and informal.
No, listen, he really is great. He's everyone's favorite.
You're my favorite, though.
Thank you.
Today, I want you to consider this an intro podcast. We want to talk about our heart behind the podcast. Let's do this together, why we're doing it. Really, I think you said earlier, the 5 W's.
Yeah, so, the English teacher in me came out, like when you're trying to explain something or understand something, who, what, when, where, why, and sometimes how, but we're not doing the how because that's obvious right now through the Lord and through the internet. So
the internet.
I
didn't pay attention to English class, so
we'll start with just who are we? So I'll go first.
That's good. I got to recover.
I'll go first. So we are married. We've been married for 12 years.
It'll be 12 years in
12 years in October. We're here for 12 years. I was trying to think about like how would I describe myself, and I was actually thinking I am someone who consistently gets told or assumed that I'm younger than I am, and everyone tells me it'll pay off one day, and I'm still waiting for that because I feel like people just don't take me seriously. Whenever we tell people we've been married for 12 years, they're like, because we have toddlers. I'm a toddler mom. We have twins. We have 2 girls. And so I think people assume that we hang out around, I think we've just been 25, 26 in, everyone's
pretty much
mind
everyone's eyes.
Forever. But I'm solid mid-30s.
And I started teaching high school students last year who thought they thought I was 40. So, yeah. So
I haven't gotten that one yet. Yeah. No. Okay. So anyway, so I'm a toddler mom. And I used to be a teacher. Obviously, I used to be a cheer and dance coach. I love cookies. I don't kill spiders, not because I love them and want to save the spiders, but if I am in a situation and there's another adult in the room, I'm not killing the spider.
She turns into a child.
I'm not killing the spider.
Our toddlers are more fascinated with spiders.
This is true.
She is.
And
you're also an author.
I'm an author. And
the book you wrote. The book you wrote is...
Are we doing each other's introductions?
Maybe. I just want you to say it, though.
I wrote a book. I wrote a practical devotional, prayer devotional. It's called Psalm 119, 31 Days in Psalm 119. I don't even know the title of it. It's a prayer devotional for when life gets busy. Essentially, you're praying scripture, and I just took how the Lord taught me to love him and to love his word and kind of turn that into a devotional. So, but really, genuinely, I do. I just really, really, really love Jesus. And I really believe that he loves me, and I really believe that he's real, and I really believe that he loves you too. And that's why I do literally everything that I do. And that's why we're doing this. And so I'm also really honest and can't not be honest because I struggled for a long time. Pre-getting saved and even post-getting saved with just lying and being fake and projecting an image that I wanted people to perceive of me. And so radically honest, I guess, is what the Lord has called me to. And so sorry if we ever interact in ways that you think that I'm being disrespectful. I'm not going to be fake for the camera. I'm just going to be honest.
Very honest.
Yep. So that's me.
Yes. And you're wonderful. So I'm looking at my notes because I'm formal. I'm a former professional baseball player. I played baseball at the University of Arkansas, did professionally as well. I am a former paper route driver. That was a hard season of life, that's for sure. We'll talk about that at some point, I'm sure. But also I'm currently a dean of spiritual development at a high school. I've kind of worked in ministry roles for the last 5 or 6 years, 7 years, I guess. And she's a toddler mom, which means I'm a toddler dad as well. Yeah. And I'm married to you. Twin toddler dad, 2 girls. So I'm a girl dad, but I don't have a hat or a shirt to prove it. So, but I'm married to you. Is that
a sub tweet at me? Like, do you want like a girl dad?
I do not.
Shirt?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
I feel like you're getting one. He's getting one. Okay.
Well, that's an easy gift, I guess. But no,
Sure.
if you don't give me one of those, that's totally fine. I'm good. But I am a girl dad, toddlers, twin toddlers, and it's great. So, who is this for? If we're talking about who we are, who is this podcast for?
Yeah, so this is for, we would say this is for, if you're still listening, this is for you.
If you've made it this far, yes.
Because that means that you will listen to us and how we learn how to talk together.
Yeah, this is a relatively new thing. Like, you've done podcasts on your own.
We're learning. We've made this about us again instead of about you. I'm sorry. But we're learning how to. We've done speaking separately. We've done speaking together, but not like this type of together. Yeah. And so
we don't know if we're supposed to talk to each other, or talk to you. Or
but this is for very practically. This is for people who want to really know Jesus, love Jesus, and live out their faith in their life, in their marriage, in their family. You hit 1 of 3 categories, you're great. You listen. You hit 3 for 3, you should definitely listen.
I think if you're genuinely trying to walk with the Lord, because really, if you boil down everything that we try to do, I think is just genuinely try to be faithful to the Lord, to live according to His Word. And so that's what's going to overflow out of us for sure. So, hopefully. So what's our goal then? If that's who this is for, what do you think our goal is? I just asked that like I was quizzing you because I have the notes here.
That's why I'm like, are you wanting me to say exactly what you have on your notes?
No, I'll start. You can talk.
Okay.
So our goal, and we've kind of mentioned a little bit, but it really is to get very practical. I think for both of us, we kind of hit a certain point in our walk with the Lord that was just like, okay, and unless it, like when we're reading the Bible, unless we can actually get it practical and it actually impacts our lives, it's just kind of information floating around. And
like if you're looking for like a YouTube podcast, whatever, to help you know how to like go to work and like win the argument with your like fill in the blank friend, we're not for you. Yeah. There's lots of YouTube videos for you, but we're not for you. We really just want to be very, very practical. And so sometimes that's going to look like literally here's this week. This is what we've talked about. We've learned in our quiet times. Like this is what the Lord has told us. And we're just sharing that. Sometimes we might comment on cultural issues. Sometimes we might have themes. It's going to be like a wide array of topics or directions, but the overall general direction, like if you're explaining this to someone, you could say like, honestly, we hope you would say, this is just a really practical podcast. And they're kind of awkward. So that's funny to watch. Very
awkward. And
emphasis on
one of us is very awkward.
I wasn't going to say it, but
no, I am.
I have my share.
Research shows like online, the fastest traveling emotion, the things that goes viral the most often is anger and like harsh criticism. And I would say on that front, we're like trying very hard not to go
do
viral.
The opposite. So this will be a literal miracle of if anyone besides like our family watches it.
Yeah, we're just not. We're just trying to walk with the Lord and help people go deeper, right? Yeah. So some episodes might be a little bit deep, right? The topics go real deep, either deeply processing things or a conversation that is way below the surface about the Bible and whatnot. But a lot of them will not be surface level, but at a level where it like makes sense. Okay, this is going to impact our lives in this way, this upcoming week.
Yeah.
So who, what, when? I can answer that as well. Weekly. That's the plan. We don't know. We're still working out the rhythms. As toddler parents, things are a little busy at times.
And so I stay, I don't know if I said this, so I stay home. If you're watching this and you know us, you know that. But right now they're 2 and I stay home with them. Yes. And so
I work every day and so this is very much outside of my normal work hours. So we're trying to figure out rhythms and when to do this best. But weekly is when we're going to post, and where is it going to be? Like that's
also a you. I don't know.
This is a me question. YouTube, because it's a video podcast. That's why we're recording the video. You said, and
I know. I was like, it's just so awkward.
It's a video podcast, and but it will also be on Apple and Spotify and all those things. If you are a Substack subscriber, you'll get the link through Substack. I write on Substack. You kind of do, but I write weekly on Substack as well. So that link will be sent out there. But you'll be able to hear it anywhere and everywhere online, but definitely on YouTube. And part of that's because what we've talked about is we want, like, so many people go to YouTube first for information, like how to read the Bible. Oftentimes, at least younger generation will search that on YouTube before they may ask a mentor or whatever. And so we want to be putting information and resources online.
Yeah. So did you just answer the why question?
I think I did part of it. Why else what would you add to the why?
Yeah. So the reason why we're doing this, and this will be kind of our, hopefully future. Anyway, so future episodes will be a little more
cleaner.
Yes, they probably won't be.
And a little less awkward.
Yeah, they probably won't be. So why we're doing this is because we have both been very, in a positive way, influenced in our local churches, discipled by people in our local churches, in church every Sunday, listening to sermons. They're shaping our lives. They're spiritually forming us.
And we'll probably do some episodes on why it's important to be involved in local church.
Yes. And so much of who we are, besides those things we mentioned, are because of Christian rap.
It's true.
And online. People, voices like ours, online, helping us just think through things, watching them, observing them, watching, people interact. Like, part of our hope for and desire for doing this together is even just like watching how we interact, watching how we're gracious with each other, how we speak, and how we encourage one another. I haven't done a great job of that this episode.
I feel so encouraged.
Good. I can't tell you're being sarcastic.
You haven't told us to turn it off because I was being so awkward, so I'm encouraged by that.
Okay. So why we're doing it is we just want to be, like Brandon said just a second ago, it's becoming more and more that before someone goes to a mentor at a church or goes to their pastor or goes to a teacher or a coach, they go online first and they try to form their opinion online, and then they go to someone and they say, hey, this is what I think, or this is what I heard. What do you think about it? But they've already got that initial. And so we just want to hopefully, Lord willing, be a voice for as many people as the Lord desires to come to and help form an opinion that is rooted in Christ himself. Always. Like, that's always going to be, like, if we can't go back to Jesus in anything that we're talking about, then it's not, you should stop listening because that's not like what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So
I would say too, both of us have, even in the last 2 weeks, listened to several different speakers, and all online actually, but that have kind of discussed the parable of the talents and stewarding the things that God has given us. And I think we're both just kind of at this place where we say, okay, we have a responsibility to do what Paul encourages Timothy, which is to guard the good deposit entrusted to us. And Jesus says in the Great Commission to go and make disciples and teach them everything that he has commanded us. And so that's what we want to do, is to multiply our efforts making disciples. And in this current day and age, that's through video resources and podcasts and YouTube and stuff. Yeah.
And just for some, those of you who are watching this that don't know us, we should have done this at the beginning, but for, I guess, credibility, I've been a believer for 20 years, over 20 years. You've been a believer for over 10 years.
I think 15.
15. Yeah.
I gave my life to Christ September of 2010.
Okay.
Or maybe October 2010.
Yeah. Anyway, that's how long we've
so almost 15, 14 and a half.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. It's 2025. Yeah. And he has completed a seminary degree. I have taken a few classes. When we had children, I paused, hoping at some point when they get into school to pick back up on that. But that's just kind of like what even, one, we really feel like Brandon said, the Lord has told us to do that. And then here are some reasons why God may have like said that, because here's how long we've been believers, and just walk through some stuff. And
it is kind of wild. Like, you know, a lot of some folks have been believers for way longer than we have, but it is kind of crazy that collectively we've been following the Lord for almost 35 years, or over 35 years, because you've been a Christian for over 20. And just to think about all the different things that he's taught us in those 35 years combined is just a lot.
Yeah.
And so I think we just want to be faithful to pass that on and to teach other people the way that God has taught us, and other people have taught us as well. Yeah.
And I think to just kind of wrap up the why question and the in general too, is that, you know, I think one of the, again, you probably will, fine, you probably could, but there are not many people that are more pro go to your church, serve in your church, all things local church. Like that is where you should be first and foremost than me. Like it's the first thing I'm asking whenever someone gives their life to Christ. Okay, where are you going to go to church? Are you going to get baptized? Like, how can you serve? You know, like so anyway, that is also true. Yeah. And I think that sometimes people, when you're listening to this, like I'm assuming you are, cleaning your bathroom, on a walk, walking your dog, cleaning your kitchen, driving to work, on a run. We do a lot of
cleaning. Cleaning your bedroom, cleaning your toddler's room, cleaning every room.
You're alone typically, or with a safe person, and I think your guard's down a little bit, and so you'll actually process the things the Lord might be trying to tell you in a way that sometimes we honestly, ourselves included, don't on a Sunday morning. We should, but when something starts to like hit, we like, oh, wait, I can't show. Let anybody see me cry. I can't, or I can't show that like this is about me, or you know, whatever. And so I'm just got to stop listening or turn it off. But I think what's unique about this avenue or medium is that you're typically alone and just maybe able to process. More willing to be honest. Like there's a little bit, and so that's another reason why that's why I personally did my own podcast years ago, for that reason, because I want to. We have no desire that we're aware of to like make some huge name or build some brand or do anything like that. We're twin parents of toddlers. Like we just want our time to count. We just want our time to like matter. So this isn't even about us. I know you talked about, and it's true, it's what we want, like imparting wisdom, or however you worded it. But like what I really want anytime I'm talking about Jesus with someone is I want it to be considered, and I want there to be a drawing closer to Jesus, you know, like real life change, and that is real life change. And so really, I just want real life change to happen. Yeah, really at the
heart of like, let's do this together is like, you could insert, let's just love Jesus together.
Yeah.
Like, let's just love him as much as possible. Yeah. And figure out how to do that in every category of life. And if we can do that and run the race faithfully, then we're going to finish well. And I think that's the goal for both of us.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So
if you've made it this far, what were you going to say?
I was going to
end a different way.
Well, I was just going to end it. But I
was going to say thank you for making it this far, but you end it.
Okay. Thanks for listening, and we will be putting out a podcast episode every week. So check back, and if you don't follow us on social media, that'll be a good kind of way to stay up with what our topics are weekly. So hope you have a great day.